please don't fall. Hello everyone, it's Rebecca here and welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be one that I have been dreading for so long. Today I'm sharing all of my unread books. I recently reorganised my bookshelves. If I remember, I'll leave the card up there or I'll leave the link down below, and did the rainbow shelf. And since then I've had a couple of people, one person in particular, asking when I was doing a bookshelf tour. Today is that day, guys. Oh, I'm dreading it. I'm really dreading it. So without further ado, let's just get into it. There's over 280 books here. It's just going to be absolute hell. So we're just going to get on with it. Traitor to the Throne by Alwyn Hamilton. Queen of Shadows by Sarah J Maas. The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J Maas. Obsidio by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff, the third in the Illuminae files. Thunderhead and The Toll by Neil Shusterman. One Dark Throne by Kendare Blake. Rat Queens Volume 1, Rat Queens Volume 2 and Rat Queens Volume 4 by Curtis J. Weeb and Rock Upchurch, I think. The Chaos Walking Trilogy by Patrick Ness, which includes The Knife of Never Letting Go, The Ask and the Answer and Monsters of Men. The Mistborn Trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, which includes The Final Empire, The Well of Ascension and The Hero of Ages. The Mime Order and The Song Rising by Samantha Shannon, books 2 and 3, the Bone Season series. Dorothy Must Die and The Wicked Will Rise by Danielle Page. Royal Assassin and Assassin's Quest, books 2 and 3 in the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobb. The Long Earth series by Stephen Baxter and Terry Pratchett, compiling of The Long Earth, The Long Mars and The Long War. This Savage Song and Our Dark Duet by V.E. Schwab. A Closed and Common Orbit by Becky Chambers. The Wrath and the Dawn and The Rose and the Dagger by Renee Adier. Wires and Nerve by Marissa Meyer. Liriel and Sabriel by Garth Nix. Leviathan Wakes and Caliban's War by James S.A. Corey. Wind Witch and Blood Witch by Susan Dennard, books 2 and 3 in the Witchlands series. The entire Percy Jackson and the Lightning Thief series, but I am not picking those 5 books up. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Susanna Collins. Aurora Burning by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. Icy's Story by Stephen King. Skyward and Starsight by Brandon Sanderson. The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern, which I have 2 copies of. Q by Christina Dolce. Romanov by Nadine Brands. We Hunt the Flame by Hafsa Faisal. The Chain by Adrian McGinty. Black Leopard Red Wolf by Marlon James. The Giver of Stars by Jojo Moyes. Kingdom of Souls by Raina Barron. Silka's Journey by Heather Morris. Blood Air by Emily Wen Zhao. The Farm by Joanne Ramos. The Hazelwood by Melissa Albert. Fate of the Fallen by Kel Cade. The Boy Who Followed His Father in Auschwitz by Jeremy Dronfield. The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Once and Future by Amy Rose Capetta and Corey McCarthy. Dangerous Remedy by Kat Dunn. Last Stop Auschwitz by Eddie DeWind. The Sisters Grimm by Mena von Prague. Gideon the Ninth by Tamsin Muir. Beyond Darkened Shore by Jessica Leake. The Graces by Laura Eve. The Unspoken Name by A.K. Larkwood. The 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow. The Institute by Stephen King. The Binding by Bridget Collins. The Brink by James S. Murray and Darren Weirmouth. Angel Mage by Garth Nix. Okay, so next up we're going on to my coloured shelves. One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. Children of the Whales Volume 1 by Abby Umeda. Invictus by Ryan Groden. The Cabin at the End of the World by Paul Tremblay. The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling. Green Valley by Louis Greenberg. The Gilded Cage by Vic James. Pet Cemetery by Stephen King. The Novice and The High Lord by Trudy Canavan. Duma Key by Stephen King. Elantris and Warbreaker by Brandon Sanderson. Alias Grace by Margaret Atwood. Snowman by Joe Nesbo. Shadow and Bone by Lee Bardugo. The Crow Girl by Eric Axel Sund. Sleeping Beauties by Stephen King and Owen King. 11/22/63 by Stephen King. Frankly in Love by David Yoon. A God in Ruins by Kate Atkinson. The Smoke Thieves by Sally Green. Birthday by Meredith Russo. Life After Life by Kate Atkinson. The Poppy War by R.F. Kong. A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. Vengeville by V.E. Schwab. The Wall by John Lanchester. Uprooted by Naomi Novik. The Essex Serpent by Sarah Perry. Luckiest Girl Alive by Jessica Knoll. The Similars by Rebecca Hanover. The End of the Day by Claire North. The Lost Symbol by Dan Brown. June by Frank Herbert. Winter in Madrid by C.J. Sansom. Moving along to the stacked ones now. We have Orange, the Complete Collection Volume 1. Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. The Chemist by Stephanie Meyer. Kill the Father by Sandro Dazieri, Anansi Boys by Neil Gaiman, To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers, Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware, and The City of Brass by S.A. Chakraborty. Moving on, we have Shadow by James Swallow, A Boy and His Dog at the End of the World by C.A. Fletcher, All That She Can See by Carrie Hope Fletcher, Release by Patrick Ness, The Survivors and The Liberation by Kate Furnival, Empress of All Seasons by Amiko Jean, Perfect Assassin by K.A. Dorr, Wicked Saints by Emily A. Duncan, Snap by Belinda Barr, Red Queen and The Girl in Red by Christina Henry, Anno Dracula by Kim Newman, Dark Matter and Recursion by Blake Crouch, We Are Blood and Thunder by Kessia Lupo, American Gods by Neil Gaiman, Snowdrops by A.D. Miller, This Mortal Coil by Emily Savada, A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab, Contagion by Terry Terry, Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, Crown of Feathers by Nikki Pau-Preto, The Last by Hannah Jameson, The Narrow Road to the Deep North by Richard Flanagan, After the Fire by Will Hill, The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides, The Power by Naomi Alderman, Spellslinger by Sebastian de Castell, The Wolves of Leninsky Prospect by Sarah Armstrong, A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson, The Rumour by Leslie Cara, Brave New World by Aldous Huxley, Nosferatu by Joe Hill, Dominion by C.J. Sansom, Nomad by James Swallow, The Girl Who Came Out of the Woods by Emily Barr, The Little Stranger by Sarah Waters, The Robber Bride by Margaret Atwood, Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid, Red, White and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han, The Devouring Grey by Christine Lynn Herman, The Bells by Danielle Clayton, Wicked Fox by Kat Cho, Origin by Dan Brown, The Night Watch by Sarah Waters, The Fallen Children by David Owen, Across the Universe by Beth Revis, The Abyss Beyond Dreams by Peter F. Hamilton, The Bear and the Nightingale by Catherine Arden, The Muse by Jessie Burden, Mirage by Samaya Daoud, The Bone Clocks by David Mitchell, The First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North, The Nightjar by Deborah Hewitt, Into the Crooked Place by Alexandra Christo, Wakenhurst by Michelle Paver. Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe by Benjamin Elias Saenz, Anatomy of a Scandal by Sarah Vaughan, Carve the Mark by Veronica Roth, The Luminaries by Eleanor Catton, The Rig by Roger Levi, The Novice by Taran Matheru, Wild Savage Stars by Christina Perez, Dry by Neil Shusterman and Jared Shusterman, Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson, The Burning Chambers by Kate Moss, Ghost by James Swallow, Nevermore by Jessica Townsend, The Colour of B. Larkham's Murder by Sarah J. Harris, Just After Sunset by Stephen King, Renegades by Marissa Meyer, Revival by Stephen King, Cold Welcome by Elizabeth Moon, Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor, The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna, A Winter's Promise by Christelle Dabos, How to Stop Time by Matt Haig, Lifelike by Jay Christoph, The Mermaid and Mrs. Hancock by Imogen Hermes Gower, They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera, The Alienist by Caleb Carr, The Diviners by Libba Bray, Transcription by Kate Atkinson, Tomeland by C.J. Sansom, Good Omens by Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, The Librarian of Auschwitz by Antonio Iturbi, The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee, Lying to You by Amanda Reynolds, An Unwanted Guest by Cherie Lapina, Malamander by Thomas Taylor, Dark Side by Belinda Bauer, Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, The Flat Chair by Beth O'Leary, Flame in the Mist by Renee Adier, Red Sister by Mark Lawrence, Someone Like Me by M.R. Carey, The Shining by Stephen King, Truly Madly Guilty by Leanne Moriarty, Sweet Black Waves by Christina Perez, Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, Cage of Souls by Adrian Tchaikovsky, The Lost Boy by Christina Henry, Seven Eves by Neil Stevenson, When the Curtain Falls by Carrie Hope Fletcher, City on Fire by Garth Frisk Hallberg, Believe Me by J.P. Delaney, The Girl Before by J.P. Delaney, Soulless by Gail Carriger, Changeless by Gail Carriger. We then pan down to the collection here with the Stephen King books on. We have another copy of American Gods on the bottom. We then have Force of Nature by Jane Harper, The Stand by Stephen King, Desperation by Stephen King, and An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. Okay, so we then have A Curse So Dark and Lonely by Bridget Kemmerer, Grim Tales by Philip Pullman, The Secret History by Donna Tartt, Enchantée by Gita Trelease, Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Nouvel, Silverthorn by Raymond Feist, Magician by Raymond Feist, The Dwarves by Marcus Heitz, The Silent Companions by Laura Purcell, Serpent and Dove by Shelby Mahurin, Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Lainey Taylor, The Arithmetist by Brandon Sanderson, The Witcher by Andrzej Sapkowski, Light Years by Cass Morgan, Grace and Fury by Tracy Banghart, The Wren Hunt by Mary Watson, The Stormcrow by Kaelin Josephson, Children of Blood and Bone by Tomi Adeyemi, Children of Ruin by Adrian Tchaikovsky, Crown of Oblivion by Julie Eschbau, City of Ghosts by V.E. Schwab, A Discovery of Witches by Deborah Harkness, A Memory Called Empire by Arcady Martin. Okay, so if we go down to the very bottom, we have stacked up, you can't quite see them properly, but we have The Passage by Justin Cronin, The Wandering Earth by Shijin Liu, The Secretary by Renee Knight, and The Silence by Tim Lebron. We then also have Night by Night by Jack Jordan, The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin, Night Flyers by George R.R. Martin, Seafire by Natalie C. Parker, The Book of the Unnamed Midwife by Meg Ellison, The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, Northern Lights by Philip Pullman, Stepsister by Jennifer Donnelly, Death Note Volume 1, A Time of Dread by John Gwynne, The Taking of Annie Thorne by C.J. Tudor, The Deathless Girls by Kieran Millwood Hargrave, which is also signed, Nevernight by J. Christoph, Into the Drowning Deep by Myra Gran, and Dread Nation by Justina Ireland. We are now onto the last shelf, you'll all be very pleased to hear. How to Make Friends with the Dark by Kathleen Glasgow, These Rebel Waves by Sarah Rash, 1Q84 Books 1 and 2 by Haruki Murakami, The Ice by Laline Paul, Fandom by Anna Day, Beautiful by Renee Adier, The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid, The Rest of Us Just Live Here by Patrick Ness, Not So Pure and Simple by Lamar Giles, The Darkest Minds by Alexandra Bracken, 13 by Steve Kavanagh, The Black Prism by Brent Weeks, Proxima and Ultima by Stephen Baxter, Wool by Hugh Howey, Americana by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie, So Kill Girls by Claire Legrand, The Girl with a Clock for a Heart by Peter Swanson, Harry by Stephen King, and Imaginary Friend by Stephen Chbosky. So there we have it, that is my complete unread bookcases. I'm sweating like there's no tomorrow, it's actually disgusting, and I'm pleased that I finally did it, but I've got probably over an hour's worth of footage to go through, so that's going to be fun to edit. But thank you all so much for watching. Let me know if any of your favourites were on that TBR. I appreciate there was quite a bit there. And if you open that little description box right next to the like and subscribe, if you hit those, that would do great for my channel. There will be links in the description to all of my other social media platforms. Come and say hi on there. And I shall speak to you all soon in another video. Bye!